and we're going to go ahead and get started since we do have a cutoff at 10:30. So, 6 months it's been 6 months since you guys cleared out the mine and joined up with Gundren and you guys received, help get that all together. You guys fixed up the house up on the hill in the middle of town. You each had told me different things that you guys would do during those 6 months. On this particular day, you all wake up in the house, and what do you guys do? Anybody?
I'm like, oh wait, we're supposed to come up with something to do. What am I gonna do?
What would you guys do on any given morning after you've done all the things you've said you were going to do for the last 6 months? The mine's running, the house is rebuilt. It's just a really normal day.
I imagine that we would probably have something set up that's like a target practice area in the backyard. Maybe we put some like split logs or something out in the back so somebody can go out there and pretend to choppy or
Okay.
shoot them with a spell or something. So I
Okay.
would say that I would probably either find a tree to spider climb up into and start practicing honing the shooting things from far away with Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Still training that and trying to be able to push my eyesight further and be as accurate as possible.
Okay.
And then doing things like trying to be as silent as possible while going up into a tree so I'm not noticed, and then being to like ambush with Eldritch Blast. Practice
Echo
time.
works on that 300-foot Eldritch Blast sniper.
Ah,
600 feet.
Oh, it's
600.
600?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Okay. Hang on, I gotta write it down. 600 feet now.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
good luck with
many.
that.
Yeah.
It doesn't say it in
Oh, yeah,
my
you got that
sheet.
with the level up.
Well, no, I had it before. It's from Spell Sniper.
It's from Spell Sniper. Okay. I
And
remember
then
now.
there's also another one of the, what do they call it? Your Eldritch evocations that,
Oh, from when you're packed type thing.
yeah,
gives
from
you
your
the-
pack gives you,
Mhm.
gave me distance, and then Spell Sniper gave me more distance. So it's
Okay.
built up to 600.
Okay. Silly. What would a normal day in Phandalin look like for you?
Probably training the puppy,
Okay.
who I now have, and she's named in D&D as well.
What is her name?
Her name is Neve.
Neve? Okay. So you've been working with this 8-week-old puppy? Maybe it's more like 10. Okay. Usk. Puppy!
I'm distracted by the dog. I'm like, there's a puppy on camera. Well, since I'm a lizard, I'm doing one of two things. Probably, I'm either soaking in that fountain, and when I've had enough of that, I'm gonna sunbathe because it's what I do.
Lizard things.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say you're soaking in the fountain? The one underneath the house? So you go to the cellars underneath the house to soak? Okay. So, I imagine, so with Echo, you're being outside practicing your range with your Eldritch Blast as you see, Silly with Neve. Did I say that right? As you can see Silly get slightly frustrated as she's trying to train this dog, and it just kind of either goes into a playful stance or runs away or has the zoomies and just goes everywhere. Puppy shenanigans, not really wanting to pay attention. Usk, you're out front because that is where you can get the best sun, and occasionally children come and climb on you, which you're okay with. So you just kind of lay there and sunbathe
Kids.
as small children are climbing all over you, and I imagine Edge is grunting like the Witcher somewhere. Practicing
Off in a
uh,
corner, being really, really, just sullen.
practicing his blind sight. And running into walls and stuff.
Sorry.
While you're out there sunbathing, and you have a child or two climbing all over you, you happen to see a very fancy. I wouldn't know if you could really know what if it was fancy or not. You see a carriage pull up
Oh shit.
outside of the manor, and it's even got there's 2 horses and a coachman sitting there, and the coachman jumps down and goes around and does this knock thing on the door, waits a couple of seconds, and opens up the door. In which, out comes Maxim. What do you look like?
I am a half elf. Fair complexion, middling height. I am wearing what looks to be a butler outfit, complete with the little string bow tie and a nice long jacket.
And Usk, would you like to describe what you look like right now to Maxim?
Other than a giant lizard with a crocodile head just laying there, and the kids are climbing all over like they're on a playground. It's like,
Essentially, that's what you see, Maxim. As you step out of the carriage, you see this. I mean, it looks like it's been rebuilt. It still has some like painting that it needs to be done, and you can definitely tell that it used to be like this very not as bougie as what you're used to, but like maybe like middle class kind of. It's for this area. It's fancy for this area.
In other words, it's a total dump.
Yeah, I imagine so. So, and you see this lizard folk with a crocodile head just sunbathing out in front with a bunch of kids climbing all over her. Them.
I'm going to walk past them, make a comment. That is an interesting pet, and then head to the front door.
Right.
Well, choppy.
How does that work? Okay.
That's better.
You come up to the front door.
I
And you-
will put a glove on and knock 3 times.
Silly, your dog starts to bark. And I say that as I have barking dogs in the background. As Edge also gets up as they've heard this knock at the front door. At this point, too, Echo, I imagine you can kind of maybe see the horses out front from the tree that you're standing in.
I imagine occasionally as he's at the door, he's going to hear pew and pew and...
Do you just let him walk on by you? Do you do
oh yeah, I don't give a shit. I'm busy.
I'm just going to whisper to myself, so I wonder if Oo's got, delivery. He has the horses.
Okay. Anybody answer the door?
I'll
Okay.
open the door.
Okay.
Hello? You're interrupting us. What do you want?
That's pretty good. I like it.
Silly, will you describe what you look like to Maxim?
I'm 2'9", so I assume that I'm gonna open the door, and instead of like seeing somebody, you have to drop your vision. In middling, you sound, and all you see is burnt ends. Is the best way I can describe myself. My ears are burned. The tips of my hair is burned. I don't have any eyebrows today. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you down there. You might require a bath. You smell like burnt hair.
What? That's my perfume.
Interesting. Does this happen to be the residence of the adventurers who cleared the mines and found the magic forge?
Who wants to know?
My employer has a certain business proposition, and he would be wondering if you'd be interested in taking it.
I don't care, but I know someone who will. And then I just deep breath. Echo! Money!
I'm gonna climb down. I was busy. This better be fucking good. I'll
That was
climb
quite
down.
rude.
I
Are you
come-
going to invite us inside or just have us wait here at the door?
Well, you've been pretty standoffish, so I feel like maybe you should stand outside. Only friends allowed in our home.
Troubling.
I'm gonna come to the front door, like rubbing my hands together. What? I don't see the fucking money.
Echo, if you'll describe what you look like.
Echo is 4'11". She is a Triton. She has like light blue skin and sea foam green hair that's kind of up in the double buns, with it's all messy. Clothing is usually like almost like a swimsuit. It's really tight at the top. It's like a deep V, and then her pants are very loose. She has currently, because this is going to be new, she has a skull that's got all kinds of jewels kind of laid into it, strapped to her belt, and on the other side there is a very ornate lantern also strapped to the belt. And she's gotten some new piercings. So she's got her thin ears, got gold in them, and there's chains that connect some of them on both sides. A lot of jewelry. There's a big locket that looks like maybe it opens, really large rings on each hand. Very fancy looking, if I don't say so myself.
That appearance is a tit gaudy, but you look like you have a better mind for business acumen.
Business.
My employer has a business proposition he'd like to run by your little adventuring crew. Would you be of mind to hear it?
Where is your employer?
He's doing more important things than meeting with you petty adventurers.
How much does this pay?
Oh, it's all outlined in this contract if you have time to take a look at it.
Shit. You have a parchment paper or something, I assume?
I do. I have a contract that is rolled up and sealed currently. And I pull it out of my jacket just enough to show you that I have it and then slip it back inside.
I'm gonna like look up and down. Sure, we'll take a look at it.
Would you mind inviting me inside, please, then?
Yes, I would. Please stay out here. I said we'll take a look at it. You're kind of rude, so why would I invite you in? You want to hire us, hand it over, we can take a look, tell us where we can get a hold of you, and we'll move on from there.
Fine. Do you have a table, then, we could all stand around while you gaze upon this contract?
Oh, you want to wait while we look?
I mean, I don't mind if you just sign it outright, without learning what you're going to be doing.
What do you think, silly?
We're all around. We could probably take a look. See. This guy looks pretty, and I look him up and down. He looks like he could earn us a little bit more money than what we already have.
Fine. And I step back. This way, if you shall. And then lead to like a table that's in the foyer or something that we can all stand around.
I'll probably call for Oosk too. Oosk,
Oosk,
come on.
Edge.
I
Yeah,
would
this way.
I would sluggishly get up to join you guys.
Hey, Echo, give me a perception check with disadvantage, please.
Yes. Perception. Oh shit. It didn't even pop up.
Give me
Try
one
again.
more.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Continue.
So we come in, I'll pull the contract out, break the seal, and set it and press it flat to the table. This is the contract that my employer would like for you to all sign once you've decided to come into his employ. Please take your time and look it over, and if you have any questions, please just let me know.
Okay.
So, just so you're aware, if you go under Mayhem Notes, there is a journal entry that says contract. Let me see if I can pull it up.
I don't think
Are
it's
you a-
shared.
There's a new PDF. Is that it?
How would I? Okay. Uh-oh.
I never set the permissions on that.
Okay. Do I just have to change? If you hit the PDF itself, I changed the permissions. Configure permission. Oh, no, it didn't, did it? Observer.
I don't see it.
Let me try. Observer, save.
There we go.
Okay, there's a hit the PDF picture.
Shit.
Did that work?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me pop this out.
It doesn't work. Popped out. It errored out on me when I tried to.
Okay. Let's see. So that's too far zoom. So as you're looking, as you guys are looking over this contract, out of everybody, Echo, you would probably have seen a contract before. It seems about your standard contract at first glance.
First glance. Yeah. Which is why we're having second and third and fourth glances currently.
So it goes over that you guys would be adventuring for him. He would pay for expenses. I'm not gonna do a good job explaining this because you guys did this thing is amazing. Okay. I will give you a minute to read over the contract, Echo.
Yeah.
It would be better if
Section 7 of what the fuck?
so like give me a perception roll with a disadvantage. Yes, Echo.
As I'm reading over this, I'm going to look up and go, so he doesn't know what was taken?
That is correct. We know that something was taken, but not currently where it's gone. We require assistance in tracking it down.
Something, but you don't know the item that was taken.
It's not your business to know what the item is, other than it's missing.
You want us to find an item if we don't know what it is that we're actually looking for. I'm a little fuzzy on the details, shall we say.
It's more of a need-to-know basis than just giving you all the facts up front.
I'm gonna need like a whole fucking hour to go over all the language in this. Wait. What is this about Rushikov's brand mark?
Oh, that might have slipped my mind. My employer is currently the owner and operator of Rushov's magical implements, with branches all over Faerun.
Okay.
Rushov's Red Costs would be the adventuring party name under this contract, or as determined by the comptroller.
Or is determined by us according to your contract.
Perhaps.
I think we could probably come up with our own adventuring name. You know, let's see, where was it? Or an assumed name upon which the adventurers may unanimously agree.
Or as
Section
determined by
1.
the comptroller.
Third option, but your second option, I think I like that one. Ed, you're awfully quiet. I wish you were here to give this a little bit of a run through.
I'm trying to think of if Edge would go with it.
I'm not sure as to what his nose would be.
We're just gonna do this. High or low?
Hi.
Edge has some reservations about it, but is also not going to turn down making money. So as you're going over this contract, where, Breeze?
Maxim, I believe it is tea time.
Right away, sir. As I turn around, whip a table and chair out of a bag of holding and set it down. At which point I also pull out a silver tray that is covered, as well as a teapot. Set it on the table. Pull out another saucer and teacup from the bag. Set it on the table. Pour tea from the teapot, seemingly out of nowhere. Lift the lid on this silver tray, and everyone is, well, not everyone, but you all see that there are delicate light finger sandwiches upon it.
Yes, I
Can we-
believe this will do just fine, Maxim. Thank you.
Can we see the person that's speaking?
I'm clearly right here.
Just came out of
It's-
nowhere, though.
It's a very typical contract for one such as my business. It's very standard. All approved under the Lord's Alliance.
So as you guys had heard, it's Maxim, it's time for tea, and Maxim does all of this out of nowhere. Appears. Breeze, if you would like to tell them what you look like.
So, Brice is about a 5'6", 5'8", lightly tan-skinned elf who wears a pretty much mostly black business attire with some golden trim and bright purple overlays around the collar areas. He wears gold glasses. He has gold earrings. He has one, what looks like silvered ring on one hand, and he has his hair pulled back, and holding the hair back is a golden clasp. He's got a little bit of chin hair, which is all that he can grow, and he sits down in this chair and table that Maxim has provided and sips tea with a leg over the other and just stares at you all.
Oh, I actually forgot an important point. I also have a monocle. Let's not forget that. Very, very important for Butler.
Celia, have you read the contract?
I did have a question about section 6.2. I don't know big words. I never went to school, I guess.
All this section says is that you'll not be paid a regular salary, that the comptroller will be paid the salary, and the capital needed for adventuring will be paid from him.
Indeed, your payment for joining me on trying to find my lost items shall be 500 gold pieces to be paid up front to all of you, as well as a magical item that will be on loan until the job is done, in which case you may keep the magical item as the additional form of payment.
I'm so terrible at concentrating on this kind of stuff while trying to do other things.
I have a resource that we can use in Baldur's Gate to begin investigating where my stuff has been stolen. And once the items are simply found, you all will get to keep the item and contract will be fulfilled. But I am a businessman and such. There needs to be a contract so that everybody understands everybody's place and role.
So out of character here, is there anything in this that I'm missing that says it could only be contracted to one person?
What do you mean?
Like, if you work for this company, this person, you can't be working with someone else under a contract?
No.
Okay. What I'm looking for, like, there's a few other things, but that's the big one.
Usk, what do you think?
The words were giving me a headache.
Ah, so you are Usk. Your friend Boris has told me a lot of things about you.
How do you know Boris?
All the rumors of a magical forge have reached Baldur's Gate, and as a proprietor in magical items, I of course wanted to see such a thing for myself, and made an agreement with the Gundren dwarven man there, and spoke to the really advanced automaton Boris, who is clearly the leader of your group, and definitely the most intelligent, but he had some things to say about how even though you all tried to get yourselves killed most of the time, you did succeed together to find the thing. And I need things found.
If you would excuse us for just a couple minutes, and I'm going to take everybody out to the other room so that Breesh and Maxim are sort of left in the foyer without us.
Maxim, the strawberry cakes this time, please.
I'll recover the silver tray, take it back off, and now there's strawberry cakes.
Yes,
So,
excellent.
what do you guys think?
I think Boris is running his mouth. But not in a nice way, apparently. But
I mean, if we're going to be fair, he really never ran it in a nice way when he was around either, so...
I mean, he tried in his own way.
It was nice to me. He gave me food.
Well, we all give you food, and I'm just gonna hand like a piece of like chocolate or something upstairs.
Oh, I immediately take it.
You know, I think that they're both kind of assholes, but it seems like it could go somewhere.
If he talked to Boris, I'm probably saying he's probably on the level. We do trust Boris.
Do we? Do we trust Boris?
To a degree for certain things.
I mean, yeah, he did a pretty good job, and I lift up my skull that's kind of hanging at my belt, and it's got like 2 carnelian eyes and a whole bunch of gold and rubies all stuck in it. Yeah, to a degree.
I think it's pretty.
So,
Echo, when you reach for your skull, you notice that your genie bottle's gone.
excuse me. So this contract here can't be signed unless we're up on the level where we're not taking unnecessarily from you and you're not taking unnecessarily from us.
Yeah, this seems agreeable terms, yes?
Also, if you've already unnecessarily taken from us, you'll hand it over now or you'll walk out the door.
Maxim, it took them much longer to figure out that they were missing things than I originally anticipated.
Indeed they did, Master.
At this point, Echo, you realize your bottle's gone. Silly, you realize your money's gone, and Edge's sword is gone.
I wonder if Edge would just start to fight.
I don't know. Edge wouldn't be happy though.
Not at all.
He would either angry grunt or start throwing hands immediately.
We'll just go with right now since we'll just go with angry grunt.
No, fight!
Do it.
Okay,
He
fight
would
for-
fight!
Okay. He would, wouldn't he? He'd totally throw hands.
Mm-hmm.
He would be like, I'm choking somebody out.
Damn. Okay. Let me see
So
here.
I'm saying all this and they're realizing it. You could hand it over now. Or
Let's
we
see.
can forget this entire thing.
Is Edge charging over at us?
Real quick. Maxim, high or low?
Low.
Okay, so next thing you know, you see this big angry dragonborn charging towards you, Maxim.
I
As he
will. As soon as I see this, I will activate my astral arms,
Okay.
and I will immediately
Roll for
shove
initiative?
grapple him. Yeah.
While they're about to do this and Echo is talking to me, I just want to look over at Echo and go, just a little demonstration of our abilities so that you understand that we're not incapable ourselves. I will, of course, return our things. Your things. Pardon me. Words. I will, of course, return your things. But this should be entertaining. You should at least see what we're capable of. You know, I can take things unseen, see what my butler can do.
Okay. So Maxim, go ahead and roll for initiative real quick, just for funsies.
And I'm just going to continue sipping my tea.
Everybody, I put everybody in here, but I figured it's probably just Edge and Maxim. Am I right in assuming that or not?
I cast Gust of Wind on both of them in front of me before, hopefully, as Edge is getting there or before Edge is getting there, and just try to blow the two of them against the wall or something.
And I would imagine. I don't know if that would. I don't see that working. Go ahead and roll for initiative.
It's hard to say because I can't
It's-
really see a map.
I know.
Mhm.
Okay. Celine, Oosk, are you guys
No, I'm sitting down to watch.
okay?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Okay. So,
The strawberry
take-
cakes are here. Go ahead. Partake.
all right.
So you don't
So,
have to tell us twice.
as I was saying, like as soon as Edge realizes his sword's gone, he starts bum rushing towards Maxim. Maxim, in that split second that you see Edge rushing towards you, what were you saying that you did?
Activate my astral arms.
Which would you be so kind to remind me what that does?
So I'll read the actual thing just so everybody knows what they do because it will be important later. I am a Way of the Astral Self Monk, which is being dubbed the Way of the Butler in case anybody cares. So I normally when I activate them, I can designate targets in a 10-foot radius to take force damage on saving throw, which I'm declining to do at this point. But basically, it lets me replace any of my strength saving or any strength roll with my wisdom roll. Also gives me a 10-foot range on all of my unarmed attacks. That's the long and short of it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Let me find something that you would be attacked with.
Fist.
Would it?
Claw.
Yeah.
Yeah, just straight up hit him or something.
Well, might help if I target, right? Okay. So Maxim, as you see, as your four arms come out, and this Dragonborn comes up and he swings his, and you guys, in my mind, because I know how, like, you guys told me about Maxim, I just see some, like, Matrix shit. Like, he does this, like, Matrix shit with the arms and goes back to completely miss out of this, enraged punch thrown by Edge.
Actually, I had come up with an idea. It's going to be more of a boxer type character. So
well.
it'd be more of a, bob and weave, like
Fine. Bob and weave it.
yeah, there we go.
Don't Matrix it.
Yeah.
Do both.
Or both, don't monk shit. We'll just classify it as that.
Okay.
It's a yeah.
Okay, fine.
So-
You bob and weave it.
Then
hope
I
this
will
works.
attemptively shove him prone.
Oh. Okay.
Which it did not seem to go. Do I have to do this from the character sheet itself?
Maybe.
Possibly.
Give it another shot here. No, it does not seem to be working.
The Minkers, can you do it from his character sheet?
That's what I'm about to see.
Action is destroyed.
It's supposed to do the. There
Yep.
it goes.
I'll have to figure out the permissions on that later then. So then from the chat bar, you guys should be able to click. Oh my gosh.
So
Oh,
you gotta
shit.
go to shove, and you misjudged this Dragonborn. He's a little bit stronger than you may have initially gave him credit for.
Then I'll attentively twist his arm behind his back, and I will grapple him this time.
Okay.
I bet you're going to have to do that one too.
Yep.
Damn it,
it
there's
also
something with the
didn't fire off.
permissions.
Okay.
I'll have to figure that out later.
The grapple one.
Yep.
And on that, you are successful.
So now I've got his arm twisted behind his back as tight as it'll go any further, and it'll probably break.
And you did activate that?
Yes.
Is that something that is visible? Because it does, in the description, it does say, like, it does this transference thing.
It does. From the point of where I'm grabbing him, his arm will start to glow blue. Like a dim blue light. And the longer I hold him, the lower his armor class becomes.
So that's what it looks like. It's just a dim blue light at the point of contact.
Correct.
Okay. Is that all?
I'll hold him there for now, yes.
Okay.
So for my turn, Maxim, I cannot believe you failed to knock him onto the ground. What the hell is wrong with you? Oh my gosh. We will have to go back for training later. This is unacceptable!
I apologize, Master.
It'll be my turn.
Echo, you can move yourself to where, like, you would have been placed in the house. What are you doing? Like, so as you see Edge run towards Maxim. Maxim dodges the punch. Maxim go to push. You see all this really quickly, but you see this blue light coming from the contact, and it looks like Maxim has one over on Edge.
So I'm gonna cast Wall of Water and make it wrap around Breeze. So
So
it's gonna be a circle.
is your what's your implement?
Well, this is innate spellcasting,
Perfect.
so this doesn't require the implement. This is because she's a Triton, not because of anything else.
Okay.
So you're just
So-
putting a wall of water around Breeze.
As high as it can go, which is 20 feet.
Okay.
As tight as it can go, so it's just around him, and then it ends up being a foot thick. So he's just got a water bubble.
Okay.
I'm gonna look over at Maxim and make sure Breeze can hear me. Are we done here? Is this enough demonstration for you? You can
Okay.
hand over the items now, and we could end this. And I'll just hold it there.
Okay. Edge would definitely try to get out of this grapple. It would be what, strength against strength, right?
It would be strength against wisdom.
I wonder if it will give me.
If you can just run the effect from Maxim's character sheet again.
It'll do it. Okay,
Mhm.
thank you.
Just make sure you have edge targeted.
I'm just gonna put this up here, even though it's not a circle. It's fine.
in which Edge was unsuccessful in breaking out. Maxim?
Seeing that a globe of water has been put around my employer, I would not take kindly to that, and I will drag Edge with me over here. If you want to drag him,
Okay.
because he comes with me. And I will then grapple Echo. If you want to, since it doesn't work.
Do I have to hit the regular first or just the grapple?
It would be the grapple and tattoo.
Okay. And then
Oh, wait, there's a button.
it would go towards ties go towards the
To the attacker.
attacker. It's to the attacker, right? Okay. So
No.
Maxim, you are successful in grappling Echo.
I'll also twist her arm as tight as it can go behind her back and say, I think you should drop your little water theatrics now.
You have to make a concentration check when this happens? How does that work?
No, there's no damage.
Okay. Anything else?
I'll hold an attack. My,
Okay.
I think I can do that, can't I? Yes? With my second one?
No.
No.
You
All right.
cannot.
Well, then I will just be done with there, I guess.
Oh dear. So am I completely surrounded by water?
You got a circle of water surrounding you. It's about a foot thick, so you can still see through it. And then it goes up about 20 feet. So it's just
Nice.
encompassing you.
I will continue to sip my tea. And look around at this waterworks and going, this is very nice, yes. Very nice indeed.
What happens when you drop it?
Okay. Not all.
I can't. I
Yeah.
assume I'm trapped in here with this. Can I go through? I mean, I'm not going to get dirty trying to go through it.
You would get wet trying
You
to
would
go
get
through it.
wet. Yeah.
Madam.
Echo. Don't make me laugh, guys. It hurts.
Trying to read here. What happens when it vanishes? Does it fall to the floor or does it just magically dissipate?
Can you send the information over again? Because it went away. Just says the wall vanishes when the spell ends.
No, it just vanishes. Silly, are you actually standing there?
No, I assume if I was just sitting out, I would have moved my Usk. I can't
Okay.
move myself though.
Well, that depends on where I am, because if I was being fed, I would be eating.
So yeah, I mean, they offered food to you, so
Listen,
Enjoy it.
I would have gone from being really tense and cranky to being like a puppy on the floor with the food in my mouth.
So are both hands grappled? Or is it just one? Like, how is this working?
Sorry,
Go ahead.
I got this. I have both of your arms turned behind your backs currently with my two arms. And you're grappled.
So he's got you in one hand and he's got Edge in the other.
So I'm just trying to say, I can't drop it if I don't have my hands. And I'm just going to keep concentration up. It's verbal, somatic, and material. So I can't I can't do anything with it without my hands.
Okay.
Can I hold a spell though? I'm gonna whisper it to you because I don't want nobody to know what I'm about to do.
Okay.
I want to hold a spell, and I will whisper to you which one I want to hold if I have free hands.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I only have your one arm right behind your back. Your other hand's free still.
That's what I was asking. You said you had both because I can't.
No, he meant. Oh shit.
I have one of Edge's arms wrapped behind his back, and I have one of your hands wrapped behind your back.
So he meant one of each.
One of each. Okay.
So you
so
do have a
then-
free hand.
Then I will drop wall of water. How do I delete this?
The little
The
right
effect
angle
thing, yeah.
thing. I call it the right angle thingy. And then it should give the burst.
How do I? There we go. And then. Nope.
So you do take.
Take the wall of water down.
Okay.
Or should be a bonus action, I believe.
Dropping concentration is free.
Is it free?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Oh no. The wall of water is gone. No.
Available usage. How do I turn it?
The wheel on your, if you have the wheel thing on your mouse.
Move, silly. Said you weren't there. I need you to move.
I can't, because it's not in.
Silly's there. I'm gonna cast Gust of Wind towards Breeze.
I wasn't
Okay.
in combat, so I couldn't move.
So let me. Thank you. Disperse. So as Breeze, as you're sitting there sipping your tea, you do get pushed back up against the wall. But I imagine you would keep your tea with you the entire time.
Just hold it as you're going back. I like that. Push back 15 feet from you
Yeah.
in the following line. Must spend 2 feet of movement for every 1 foot of movement.
Anything else that go?
No, just hold that now.
Okay.
I'm like, I dispensed with the waterworks. Are we done with this yet?
And then Echo or Edge is gonna try to break free. Use his action to break free. But that time he's a success. That time he would be successful. And then so he is no longer grappled. Maxim, you're up next.
You're a rude little thing, aren't you? First water, now wind. Seems like I'll have to teach you a little bit of a lesson.
And what does that look like?
So basically, since my other hand's free, since Edge broke free, I'm pretty much going to kidney shot her as hard as I can with my
Okay.
other hand.
Okay. Anything else?
I believe she has to make a roll for concentration to keep
She
that up.
did. She saved.
Okay. Are you going to drop that, or am I going to have to hit you again?
Okay. Breeze. Pink. Where did my combat tracker go? There you are. They have rudely pushed you back 15 feet with this big old gust of wind. You may have dropped a single drop of tea.
It should be further back. Should be here. I didn't move it.
I know I didn't move it.
Well, wherever the wall is, how far from is the wall, I guess?
I just assumed like 10, 15 feet.
So back here?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I suppose I will stand up from my chair and walk out of the wind. I will use prestidigitation to clean myself off of all this nonsense. Then I will come up here. It's counting, since I moved this, it's counting me that. So I'm just going to, actually, I'm going to come over here. And I'm going to be like, I believe this is enough, yes? Maxim was able to hold a couple of you down. And I was able to show my abilities to be unseen. I don't believe that I need to do anything else. And when I say this, I will flick my hand, and out of the air, a rapier that is lit on green fire will appear in my hand. I believe we are done now, yes?
I mean, we're dead when you hand the stuff over.
You've knocked over my table and my chair. Yeah. Enjoy the gust of wind. Maxim, release them.
Right.
I'll drop my grapple.
If I could figure out which button.
Echo?
Maybe I can do it now.
What are you trying to do?
I keep hitting the wrong button. Select tokens. This one. Thank you. So, are you gonna give us the stuff back?
I believe there's better time for a conversation. Let us converse.
I'm not going to converse with somebody who took our stuff.
You're conversing right now. Are we done?
Are you going to put the stuff back?
I literally told you that I would, of course, give you your things back as your dragonborn friend was rushing toward Maxim. I literally said that.
And I still haven't seen the.
Well, no,
I
you
still haven't seen my
trapped
lantern.
me in water, you pushed me with your little blowy thing.
Echo Edge does say to you that apparently force didn't work, so maybe we should let them talk it out.
I can't. How do I end this effect?
Uh,
It's gone. I figured
It
it out.
goes.
So I drop it, and I'm looking very, very annoyingly over. Wind is dropped. Let's see it.
Excellent. Maxim, my table and tea set and things have been knocked over.
I will spring right over, set it all back up, and pour him a new cup of tea.
Then I will sit down, putting the sword away. There, see? There's me, sitting down with a cup of tea. Now, your original items. That's fine, yes. Maxim, if you would please, within the bag, a rather fancy lantern, a obnoxiously large sword, and a teeny tiny pouch of money, if you would please.
I will pull all three things out and set them on the edge of the table.
Your items, the money for the little burnt gnome? and the lantern for the water and wind person, and a sword for Mr. Angry Man. Ah, your items returned. We have now an idea of each other's abilities, so you know that if and when you sign this contract, it's not just you who goes out and do things. We will be along with, on the front line, if you will, with you. You know what we are capable of. Items have been returned.
And I wish 22 was here.
I have no idea what he would do.
I'm
I know.
He would.
Pretty
Yeah,
much. He
he
just
would.
kind
I don't think he likes anybody here anyway, so.
of.
So I'll pick up the lantern and then reach in my bag and get out a quill and some ink. And then put some markings on the contract itself
What?
and said,
Before you sign anything, I must warn you. This is binding by the Lord's Alliance.
what
You
is the Lord's Alliance? What does that even mean?
would Echo know what the Lord's Alliance is? Would anybody here know what the Lord's Alliance is?
Edge might.
Edge might? Okay.
Edge would probably be the closest person to know what the Lord's Alliance would be, if I'm remembering his backstory correctly.
The Lord's Alliance is a form of united government between the bigger cities. The Lords of Baldur's Gate, Neverwinter, Waterdeep, and so on have an alliance. And any contract that is signed and agreed upon by the Lord's Alliance is then backed and officiated. So it is legally binding everywhere in favor. So where I was getting at is it would behoove you to use your legal names, not any kind of code names, if you will. Otherwise, what you sign is not valid for you, and you are not subject to being paid. And or
take out-
brought back to life or anything.
My own sheet of paper and write down, you steal my shit again, I'm free to kill you without repercussions. And I'll put 2 lines on there and say, I'll sign your contract if you sign mine.
I'll pick it up off the table, crumple it up, and toss it into the corner.
Well, I guess that settles that, and I'm gonna walk out the door.
Maxim, what did you do that for?
I didn't want your hands to have to touch anything so dirty.
Maxim, have you forgotten the rules of business? That was a piece of paper that was not approved by the Lord's Alliance. Assigning it would have meant nothing. You could have appeased her. We could have gone forward with the business deal. You are hindering the business, Maxim.
Echo, let's just do this. And Edge does sign the paper. Edge signs the contract.
Echo, agreement between us. I will no longer steal your stuff.
Anybody else signing the paper?
Does your include everybody's your or just her your?
If you are part of the business, I'm not going to steal your stuff. You sign, I don't steal your stuff. Unless it's stolen from you, in which case I steal it back. I do not steal from you. I might steal for you, but not from you.
Silly signed it, Oos signed it, Edge signed it.
Did you sign it?
What?
Do you sign it?
Yes.
Okay. Silly, you sign it. All right, Echo.
I'm gonna walk over and I'm gonna sign it and then back into a corner of the room.
You're gonna do what in the corner of the room?
Just kind of stand back as far as I can in the corner of the room after I sign it.
Echo's
Okay.
pouting.
Okay.
Maxim, you have to sign as the controller.
I'll
And
sign.
I of course will sign Brice Ruskov as the principal investment. Now that that is done, we have gifts for you as part of the contract. Of course, payment up front. Maxim, the 4 pouches of 500 gold pieces for our new employees, partners, friends.
Are these actually in the bag of holding?
No, they're
Okay.
We're just gonna pull out, and I'm gonna deduct how much money I have.
Do you want me to go ahead and hand out the items then?
Yeah. So, setting the 4 things of money down. Maxim, I believe for our friend Usk, there was the item that Boris made for them.
The
And
gauntlets, sir.
yes, and the items we believe will be of use for the chains.
It's not letting me.
It's not letting you get.
It's not letting. It's
Pivot?
only letting me target Breach and Silly for the handoff, even though I'm right next to Usk.
Let me see.
That's
Which
odd.
one was it?
The gauntlets of Ogre Strength and the chain of returning.
Chain of returning, let's see. Give players. That's weird.
So the gauntlets are from Boris. He requested that we bring them down to you. They're not part of the contract that you signed, Usk. These are from Boris. They will give you the strength of an ogre. The chains, though, are from my company. They will allow you to throw your weapon a short distance, even your heavy weapon that you have, and be able to pull it back, giving you more ranged ability. It seems that you were, according to Boris, lacking in the ability to hit some kind of skull pet thing that he now has at his forge. And he thought maybe these things would be of benefit to you. So, this here.
Oos gives a very enthusiastic tail wag.
It's very good, very good. Let's see here. Oh yes, for our burnt Romish friends, the staff, if you would, Maxim, I believe would benefit them very well.
I ask you to accept, Silly. Why is it not?
I don't know. I got a permissions error when I did it.
I got it, I think.
Should be the staff of healing.
Yes, I have it.
Let's see if I can
So-
do this.
This staff, I talked to Boris before coming down here, and he said some of you like to hurt yourselves as well as others, and are constantly in need of healing. This staff will allow you to cast lesser versions of restoration, as well as curing of minor wounds, and if needed, cure a group of minor wounds with spending some energy from the staff itself. Hashtag staff has like 10 charges. You have cure wounds at first level and then you've got lesser restoration and mass cure wounds.
Do I have 5 charges of mass cure wounds?
No,
Did I
it
read that
takes
right?
5 charges.
Oh, I see. I was like, whoa.
So cure wounds, you can do up from level 1 to level 4, but it counts that many charges. So a 4th level cure wounds is 4 charges, first level 1, exactly, so on and so on. Lesser restoration is 2 charges. So basically you have additional healing stuff at your disposal. And then, yes, the rather large pearl, if you would, Maxim. I believe our friend Echo likes things of wealth and power. This would be a pearl of power.
I'm gonna summon Mage Hand, and I'll stick Mage Hand like 5 feet in front of me to grab it.
When you speak the command word, which you can set upon spending some time with the item, you will regain magical energy and be able to use ability again. Hashtag you can bring back a
Slot.
3rd level or lower spell slot. And it recharges at dawn. And for our angry dragonborn friend, we got something a little special for you. Boris was really adamant about the fact that you are the one who causes the most pain to yourself and others. So, the necklace, Maxim, if you will, while you have this, if you were to be in a dying straits, you will automatically stabilize, therefore prolonging your life. In addition, on whenever you're taking rests and recovering, the amount that you heal has a chance to be more than you expected. Hashtag whenever he rolls a hit dice, he gets the double the number of points it restores.
That's the wound closures for Edge, right?
Yeah.
Pair up of wound closure.
For some reason, it's not allowing Maxim to.
It's not letting Maxim do anything.
It's not letting Maxim do it.
That's okay. I'll just sit here and serve tea and crumpets. I
I
excel at that.
Okay.
I'll stop by the grocery store on the way to work tomorrow and get some crumpets for you.
I mean, I'll already have tea, so it's perfect.
Okay. Was that all of them?
One item for each of them. And you all add 500 gold to your inventory. And I have to reduce some money for mine.
Luckily for you guys, the town's used to you guys fighting amongst each other, so nobody came running to see what all the commotion was about. It's about probably mid-morning to roughly noonish at this point. Is there anything that you guys would like to do before you guys start getting ready to travel?
Are you sending a carriage for us or means of travel?
My carriage is right here. And we will take it to Neverwinter, where we will get aboard my ship and sail to Baldur's Gate.
When is the plan to leave?
The sooner the better. The ship waits for me, so it leaves when I leave.
I think you could probably come back in the morning and we'll be ready.
Fair enough. Maxim, I believe there was a quaint little tavern somewhere down the way. Our new friends just need some time.
Very good, Master. I'll clean this mess up. And I wait for him to stand up from the chair, and then I'll pack up the serving tray, teacup, table, chair, and the tray of snacks.
Wait expectantly for someone to open the door.
I'll rush over and open it for him. After putting my glove on. Again.
Then I will climb up into the carriage and sit in a nice plush velvet interior carriage.
I'll join the coachman.
Away we go.
As the carriage pulls away, I still have Mage Hand up, and it's gonna as it rides away.
Okay.
Well, I don't like him as I'm unstrapping my lantern from my waist and putting it in my crossbody bag and taking out my other lantern, which is like normal lantern, and putting it on my waist.
Okay. So, I will come back to you guys real quick. Maxim and Breach, you guys probably have been here a couple days already, so you guys are already familiar with, shit, my mind just went blank. What did I call it? Shush, Usk. What did I call that tavern?
I don't
Shit.
remember.
No, I didn't call it anything different. So you guys have become familiar with Stonehill Inn. Maxim, I very much see that you return back with your gloves, and like they've gotten used to you coming in and making them help you do a cleaning to your standards because it is a farm inn, and you cringe and internally just like am so disgusted, but you know there's nowhere else to say, so you go in and you do this, like, you picked out this corner that's specifically for Breach, and you clean it, and you have them help you clean it, and then you, before you come back out, and you grab him to go back into the tavern.
I would start to have them help me clean it, see what they're doing, and then kick them away from cleaning because they're just doing such a terrible job.
Understood. That's just, that was what pops in my head. And then you go upstairs, when you go to the room, I see you like put like 5 to 10 blankets on the bed to try to keep it protected from you guys having to sleep on them. You're very thoroughly disgusted by this farming, mining way of life. It's really kind of dirty because there's black soot everywhere. Smells are funny.
Does
Don't like it.
does the room that we are renting have a like a coat closet or anything?
Yeah. They gave you the nicest room that they have. So yes.
So Maxim would have cleaned the coat closet completely out. And because I don't sleep in peasant area, I will use the
Forgot about that.
I will use the coat closet and wiggle my ring and walk into my house.
Understood. But I'm not retconning none of that because it's funny as all get out. Maxim still cleans the shit out of everything.
Of course he does. It
Yeah.
can't be bothered for me to even look at it.
It's true.
And so then you guys just use the closet and go into your house. Does Maxim go with you, or does he stay behind at the quaint little inn that you guys don't like?
That is up to Maxim.
Okay.
He is the only other one who's allowed in, but I imagine that sometimes he probably will stay out as a guard and then maybe come in for food or something. That's up to him.
That's kind of what I was thinking. I would assume that if they did show up early, somebody would need to be there to receive them.
Okay. Is there anything specifically that, besides obsessive cleaning, that you two are doing in this
Yep.
time that you're waiting for them to come?
Yeah, so in my house with my 100 servants, I, of course, will be pampered to no end. I expect that my, 100-foot hot water bath that's like, old, like Roman bathhouse style, that's just for me. And, my servants to, of course, wash me and clean me and feed me and, put me to bed. That'll be, and somebody will, of course, have to read me a bedtime story.
Of course. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Exactly.
Maxim, what are you doing? Oh, while your employer is pampered, which you are used to happening.
Probably begrudgingly wait around in the dirty ass inn, just because I would feel it's my responsibility to do so. I would probably enter the mansion at some point to eat and then immediately leave again.
Echo, Silly, and Usk, what are you guys doing in this time period before you go and meet up with Maxim and Breeze?
I'll kind of look at everybody and be like, okay, so I guess we better get stuff together to leave in the morning. What are you going to do with that thing? As I point to the dog. Is it coming?
It's gotta learn somehow.
Did we ever get a harness made for it from Boris?
I don't know if I've been down there for a while.
Dang, I feel like that's
Plus
something
the
we should have
size.
done.
Plus the size of him, he's still growing.
Well,
But
I
if it was
guess
a magic harness,
that's... I guess I will see you guys in the morning when it is time to head out. And I am going to go upstairs or into my designated space. That's my personal space. And then I imagine that I've probably set up like a little cubby hole or something to stick the lantern in so I can go into it so it would be hidden from view as much as possible. Like I had, I don't know, a fake part of the shelf, a bookshelf or something that would move and I could put it in there and then just kind of go into it through the crack or something.
Right. So
and
you're
then
in.
going into the lantern.
So you are going into the lantern.
Yeah.
The first thing that you notice is on your mirror coffee table, all the letters and spells that were sitting there for the last couple months are gone, and written on the mirror it says Boulder's Gate.
Motherfuckers. I'm gonna take out a paper and very angrily go, this motherfucker, blah, 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 and say everything that happened. This is what he looks like. I really don't fucking trust him.
Are you writing it on the coffee table?
Yeah, so I can send it straight over.
It all of a sudden becomes very soggy as water just kind of comes up from the table and just makes it really wet. And again, the table says Boulder's Gate on it.
Motherfucker. I'm just gonna stand back and just go like this for a second. I heard you the first time. And I'll just sulk for a bit.
Okay. Silly. The lady that you bought the dog from, she has come. She's at the door.
I guess I'll answer the door. Can I help you?
So I forgot to tell you when you came to get the dog that we do have boarding services that will also do trading services. I go up to Neverwinter like every 6 months to train with the guards there with the animals. Came out weird.
Okay. Will you take mine like now? Because
I would. I'm just saying. I mean, it's a small minor. It's a small town. I couldn't help but notice. You had company and that you could possibly be leaving. So I thought I'd come and offer to take the dog and offer to train it, so you wouldn't have to worry about it while you're gone.
that sounds totally cool. I appreciate. Thanks. You
Just
want to
come
do
back
real ball?
alive and bring me something cool.
Will do.
You want me to take the dog now? And
Yes.
okay. And you send Neve off to boarding school and to learn to be a combat animal for you to mount later.
Right. Dog into battle.
Right, dog. And so then the rest, Usk, are you doing anything or just sunbathing and letting children play all over you?
I'm going back to that.
Yep.
Yes.
Echo, do you sulk for a long time?
Well, I'll sort of sit in there and sulk a little bit, and then I'll organize and make sure that I've got the maps all put together, because a lot of times when she'll sit in there, she'll make the maps of wherever they've been. Make sure I've got enough ink and supplies. Everything's all ready to go. And then I sent you a question in Discord.
I know.
Okay.
So I need help with this question. Can the genie, out of character to the other DM, can a genie lantern be put into a bag of holding with the dimensional stuff? Does that make sense?
Would it create a paradox? Is that
Yes. That's essentially what I was asked.
The genie lantern is like an extra dimensional space because it's bigger once you get in the inside.
But
A
so
bag of
is
holding
holding.
has an extra dimensional space that's bigger once you put things inside of it. Can the genie lantern go inside the bag of holding?
Schrodinger's bag.
Muted.
I mean, technically, didn't we put the genie lantern into Vaxum's bag of holding?
We can't hear you. Breesh.
We did, yes. And if they can't, then that would have caused an astral terror, and everybody within 10 feet would have gone to the astral sea, and this would have party wiped.
Okay, so you could go ahead and put your lantern in a bag of holding.
So I will remove the proper amount of money and say that I purchased that in the 6 months.
Okay. I was gonna say you would have gotten one in the town, but you would have easily gotten one when you went to Neverwinter, and that was something I didn't get back to you about.
How much is this? What's
Oh,
the average cost?
Oh man, it's an extra dimensional space. Yep, you're gonna have to bend the rules here, or let the
Yeah,
one time be a fluke.
I'll just go ahead and bend the rules.
Okay, that's the fun part about being a DM. You can look at that and go, "That's stupid."
That's true. I'm gonna look in D&D Beyond.
I'll get back to you on that, on how much it was. Okay. Do you do anything else? Everybody do have anything specific they want to do before you guys start traveling? No?
Organization, writing letters about, listen, I'm going to Baldur's Gate. I signed this motherfucking contract, but this is what this asshole looks like, and the asshole's butler looks like. Sending it through, and then exiting after my allotted time is up. And then taking my rest.
Alright. I gotta go take some medicine. So we're gonna do our 5-minute break right here, okay?
Okay.
Alright, did you figure out the bag of holding cost?
Yeah. And I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So to get one while I was out, I was wondering if I could try to swindle the storekeep with distort value. This thing has a hole in it. I'm not paying full price. And my charm person scroll potentially. I want to get one for about 500 gold.
How much do they normally run?
I think we said 1,500.
The sane magical prices lists it at 4,000.
You said
But
something
you're the
else.
DM.
You said something else listed it at 1,500.
I believe that the link that 22 sent you, Minkers, has it for 15. take.
Discerning price guide. Where is my search? Screw you. I don't feel like. Weapons, shields, wands, staffs, rings, wondrous items. Oh, my head hurts. Shit. Tattoos, instruments, spellbooks. Bag of holding uncommon 500 gold pieces.
There you go.
Yeah, so you can easily get it for 500.
Okay. I was prepared to use my wily spells to get the price down.
Okay, now exit. Exit out. Fucking piece of shit.
So that goes
So go ahead. All right.
374.
Okay. To your message.
Okay.
Okay. So it is the next day. Do you guys head over to the inn?
They never told us where they were staying. They
Okay.
just left.
Or do you guys go? Who does what?
We just kind of go downstairs and wait by the door. After I've
Reese?
had my breakfast of seaweed and salt water.
What? Sorry.
Ew. Um. Do you guys? So you guys just wait for them? Maxim and Breeze. Do you guys go back to the manor, or do you guys wait for them at the inn?
Depends on what Brees wants to do.
I should have known that was going to be your answer.
I, of course, will sleep in. And then I'll have my servants prepare me a luscious, fantastic breakfast, full of all the accoutrements of pancakes and waffles and bacons and sausages and eggs and teas and coffees and milks and chocolate milks and fruits, and I'll nibble a little bit here and there, and have someone read more of a book to me, and just kind of lounge about the day.
Okay. So, I go probably a good 2 hours passes, and there's no sign of Maxim and Breeze.
Look over at Edge. You want to go, like, practice, or should we go look for these assholes?
He gives you a grunt that sounds like look.
Ellie! Oosk!
Yeah?
Let's go. You guys ready?
Yeah, let's go.
I imagine the first logical place to go would be the inn.
What?
Unless we see some sort of ostentatious, like, tent or something on the way.
Mm-mm. You guys get to the inn easily enough. You know where it's at. You've been here for 6+ months.
Go down. Go in and find a table.
So as you go in, the barkeep, they come up to you and your usual.
Mm-hmm. You got 2 fancy assholes staying here?
You see their eyes go really wide and go, yeah.
Be like, I don't know, send somebody up to bang on the door and spill dirty ass water on them and tell them that we're here.
Last time somebody banged on their door, the guy with the monocle came out with like 4 extra arms. So if you want to go bang on the door, be my guest, but I'm not gonna go bang on the door.
Which door is it?
They tell you it's like the one all the way up the top. You know, it's the fancy one. They say the honeymoon suite, so you know it's at like the top of the stairs.
So I'll go up to the top of the stairs, summon Mage Hand, and like bang on the door as hard as I can.
Maxim, there's banging on the door.
And I'm like 15 feet away.
I'll open the door. It's about time you all showed up.
Make the Mage Hand do this and walk downstairs.
I'll wait for them to walk away, close the door, and then go inform the master that they have arrived.
Get back at
I'm
the
sorry.
table with everybody else.
Who's arrived? What?
Oh, master, the adventurers that you contracted yesterday have arrived downstairs.
Oh, yes. I will. Okay, I will get dressed.
Allow me to assist you, master. Obviously, you
Uh,
can't be bothered to put these clothes on yourself.
Oh,
But of course, Maxim. Of course. I think the bright pink underwear today.
I can't
Right away,
believe this
master.
motherfucker called me gaudy. As we're sitting at the table, I'm gonna look around like, I guess we should come up with like a name for ourselves.
What did you have in mind?
Edge, if you grunt again, I don't know what that means. Speak in full words, man.
grunts at you.
Fuck.
I just grunt back at Edge because that's how we communicate.
Just when they come out with your usual echo, you have some
Hot water
It's
and
not
seaweed and fish.
salt. Yep, your usual. Oosk, it's your usual. Don't know what type of meat it is, but being meat on boned meat. And silly, whatever your usual would be. What's your usual?
Jalapeno poppers.
Okay.
I see.
So, you guys are talking about naming yourselves while Maxim is dressing Breeze.
The chaos
Am
crew.
I understanding that correctly?
Yep.
I hear the Chaos Crew. What else do I hear?
It's just a random thing I came up with.
Might hurt ourselves, guys. Probably will hurt ourselves, guys.
I mean, that doesn't really instill fear into our asshole employers. I really don't fucking like this guy.
Maybe he'll grow on us.
What? Like a tumor?
Yeah, a lot like a tumor.
One of you has a tumor? That is a shame.
Stop talking and just start eating again.
Quaint little place.
Edge grunts at you and says, "We were discussing a name."
Nothing agreed upon just yet, but we'll get there.
Okay. Does Maxim and Breach order any food, or do you even sit down, or are you just kind of like standing there?
I, of course, will be in the carriage whenever you're done eating your sawdust and charcoal.
I'll finish up and follow them out.
Edge finishes his food and goes and follows Usk and Silly.
I'm done. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shove like 4 of them in my mouth and run off. Pulling
You're
it.
like that dog with like the tater tots.
Yeah, exactly like the dog with the tater tots. That's what I was thinking of.
So you guys run out, and are they allowed to get into the carriage?
Of course not.
What happens?
There is room outside for them to sit, but they are not coming inside.
Okay.
And in fact, as I see them, I will cast prediditation on them to clean them up before they touch my carriage.
Okay. So as you guys come out to the carriage, you guys see that the door is shut. Maxim, are you sitting up where the coach would be?
Yes, I'm where the coachman would be.
I'll wait till Breesh goes back in. I imagine he shuts the door right on us and we all find a spot somewhere.
Do you just climb up on the outside of the carriage?
Yeah, as I do that though, I'd love to do like mold earth and like dig up a little piece of earth and then use mage hand to like smear it on the side of the carriage just a little bit.
Okay.
And then climb up and sit down.
I would imagine. Do you even try to hide that you do this?
Hell no.
Okay, Maxim, you see them smear dirt on the side of your master's carriage.
I'll give them the stinkiest eye possible. At this moment, I will refrain from commenting because we have somewhere to be.
Okay. So
Be
everybody,
my
go ahead.
bready self. Making very rude gestures back.
Okay. And so everybody climbs onto the carriage, and the carriage takes off towards
Whoa.
Neverwinter.
What the fuck?
And actually, if any, some of you may have noticed, this time it does not have a coachman and horses.
It just like randomly runs on air.
You know, it just goes. Where is?
If I scream, I'm sorry, but I got attacked by a bug, and now I must kill.
It runs on ego and superiority,
That sounds about right.
which I have plenty of.
Let me see. Where did it go? Where did
Come
it go?
back so I can smash you.
Smashy, smash, smash. There you are.
It's very
It was
green.
what? So it's 2.5 days by foot. Vehicle, travel, travel. I should have had this ready beforehand.
I'm the winner.
I'm just gonna roll it as half. So you guys, in the early morning, you guys, the chaos crew, I like that. You guys start heading off. As right as dusk begins to settle, you guys start to get into the outer gates of Neverwinter. And you guys, this horseless carriage slides through the gates. And the guards just kind of do this, like, nod of recognition.
I will, since we are here, I'll roll down the window so that everybody can hear me. And, do any of you need to do any shopping, or shall we go straight to the ship?
I don't need anything. Do you guys need anything?
Knowing us, some health potions might also come in handy. He gave me the stick, but I also know us.
Are we really that far out? I swear I got like 4 or 5 on me. How many more do we need?
Okay, that's fine. I didn't know how many you had.
I mean, I have 4 or 5 on me. How many more do you all need?
I mean, out of character, Edge needs that by himself for one round of combat.
Yeah, he
so
does.
Just throwing that out there.
So Edge will maybe lean over and go, we could stop for some healing potions.
So Edge votes to stop for some healing potions. Anybody else need anything or want anything? Hey, you guys find, huh?
I'll say I could take a look around and see if they have any like accessory leather straps.
Maxim,
Leather
to the store, please.
Right away, master.
So you guys go to your store that you own here in Neverwinter?
Of course.
I don't.
If they're going to
I don't
spend
know
money.
anything.
If they're going to spend money, they're going to spend money at my store, of course. I'm not going to take them
Okay.
to a competitor.
Okay, so what does your store look like?
Well, my store is obnoxious and gaudy.
Of course it is.
I figured it was.
It's probably a warehouse by the docks that the front half of it has been converted into an actual storefront. And the back half is just full of whatever merchandise and buying and selling the business as a whole is doing at any given time. So the outside would be painted black and then in golden letters, would say Rushkoff's Red Costs. And then in common underneath it, Rushkoff's Rarities.
Okay.
And then there'd just be a lot of black and gold filigree, really, really pompous and asshole looking.
So is it as obnoxious as, or even more so than the purple building downtown? That's changed hands a few times.
What about the sex shop?
Yeah, like the big purple sex shop downtown.
Yeah, I would say probably.
I can't think of the name of it.
Probably more.
I just
Probably
think of
more.
the thought of the color because you go into, downtown and that's the first thing you see is this bright purple.
Is it like
probably a
Sam's
little
and
bit more.
Delilah's or something now?
Now, I can't remember what it
Yeah.
was before.
Yeah, it is that.
I just drove by it. Dr. John's.
It's
That's
Dr.
what it
John's
is.
now. Did it used to be Sam's and Delilah's?
I think so. I think it
don't
did.
know.
I think
was
it's
in there,
funny
like-
that it's called Dr. John's.
I was in there before the Sam's and Delilah's name was. I don't
No,
remember
it
what
was
the hell
named
that was.
Johnny
Yes.
Vegas.
That's what it
Yes,
was.
yes.
Yes. I could not remember
Wow.
what it was called.
Wow.
I'm an expert in trivial information.
I just want to play Cyberpunk now.
All I could think, I'm sorry, the first thing I thought of was one of two things. Either the Johnny Vegas purple or the obnoxious casino colors.
Yeah,
Put them together. What do you got?
Mm.
Rishkoff's rarity.
Checks out.
Saucier. More
Let's just say
obnoxious.
there's a back room with a curtain. You don't want to go back there.
Or do
mean-
you?
You might. You got to pay extra. Anyway,
Oh.
walk.
Back on tractor. Sorry.
Going into the store, it's very organized. There are like all of the swords are together, all crossbows are together, all like cloaks are together, leather armors are together, plates together. Like everything has its place. All the potions are together, all the accessories are together. There are aisles, as well as a large, probably U-shaped countertop, and then multiple people working inside, and how many customers the DM decides that there is today.
So I'm looking around and
Nope.
then
You've got 2 customers today.
find the accessories aisle or the leatherworking aisle and see if I could find some sort of strap that would be either added to a belt or added to like the outside of a bag. That would be what I would be looking for.
Okay. And then, so you're looking for like a strap accessory type deal?
Would look like maybe even a small like leather keychain that has that wrap around or
Oh,
something.
it's like that thing that like when you have your belt, you have a leather thing that hangs off that you can put something. Okay.
Yeah, something like that. I just want to see if I could find 2 or 3 of them would add as extra security to the contraption idea I already sent to you.
And then you want one of those, and then the health potions, right? I don't know why I keep rolling as you. Are these things
What?
that are carried in your shop a leather accessory for the
Belt or
belt
bag.
and healing potion?
Healing potions, definitely. As for the leather accessories, probably not, but could be made, I would think, relatively quickly. It's not like we don't have leather straps for repairing different armors and whatnot, so taking some scrap and quickly putting a buckle or something on it or snap whatever Echo wanted shouldn't be a big deal.
When I couldn't find it, I would go up to the front and sort of explain what I was looking for and see if I could work out something with whoever was standing there.
Okay. They walk away. And they come back, and they have probably gone 20 minutes.
2 of them.
You want 2 of them,
Mm-hmm.
so make it 30 minutes. And they look at you, but then they kind of look over at Brees and speak to Maxim. How much do I charge for this? Because they know better than to speak to Brees.
Give them the employee discount.
But this isn't normally marked.
If they buy enough potions, give it to them for free. It's merely scrap.
Okay. As you can tell, they're like visibly nervous that the boss man is in the shop.
I'm going to be looking all around to make sure my store is clean.
Okay.
And that items are stocked on the shelves and that they're front facing, that there's no empty spots, that somebody walks in, somebody's greeting them and saying hello, making sure if they can help you, and then, back off just the right amount, let them browse before coming back.
Huh?
Man, we're businessmen up here.
Okay. Oh man, full on retail there, huh?
Oh god,
Full
full on
on-
corporate.
Full on corporate
full on
visit.
corporate. That's
Corporate
right.
visit. Oh, for the
Oh,
love.
yeah.
That just gave me some trauma.
Yeah,
And I
that's like
dropped
when
in unannounced. You didn't have time to prepare nothing. Although they
Okay.
should have known since my boat has been in harbor for a while.
Yeah. Healing potions. Let's see.
4.
That being the shop that is easily done. They're what, 250?
Unless Ooze can silly 1 extra, because I would say 4 for just Edge himself.
Are you doing regulars or graders?
Probably just regulars.
Aren't regulars 250?
Regulars are normally 50 gold apiece.
Why was I
It is
thinking
the
250?
graders that are usually 2 or 150. Superiors, I think, are 350 or something like that. I don't remember.
Okay. So you said 4 healing potions?
What I would think.
Okay. Are they all going to Edge?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Maxim, the girl behind the counter, she looks at you and she goes, "Is 4 enough potions to give it to them for free?"
That should suffice.
Okay. And so then she also hands you what you were asking for, Echo.
Thank you.
And then do I have to do it 4 separate times?
I don't know what you're doing.
I was adding this potion of healing to
You
edge.
put it on the ground, and I was able to click on it. That is so weird.
Oh, did I just put one on the ground?
Yeah.
It's just like in video
did it-
games. Let me
wait,
drop all this shit.
You didn't know that you could do that?
No.
I did it.
I have never just dropped something on the ground. I've always immediately put it into inventory.
Well, that's how I did with moving those items for them, and I've also done it in the mine. You just put it on the ground, and then the person can click on it, and it goes straight into their inventory.
Well, that's fucking nifty. Shit, I didn't
can't-
know right there.
Can't remember what module it was, but yeah. I need to add 2 more. I was adding potions to edge. Potion of healing. Potion of healing. I'll come back to it. I'll just make a note. Breeze, as you are doing your corporate walkthrough, they do a grade of 20, and your team has gotten a 17. So you have noticed a few items not faced properly all the way. The one girl didn't back off the customer fast enough for your liking.
Oh, no.
The other girl walked away from the counter for too long.
Oh my gosh. This is unacceptable. Maxim!
Right away, Master. I will take care of the re-education right away. I'll take the 2 employees to the back room for some re-education.
So who's running the shop while you're retraining the employees?
The rest of the employees, obviously.
Oh, you took, yeah, okay, I got you. Okay. I can't even. My mind just went blank for that corporate re-education there. I was gonna say watch some of the corporate, videos, but
That's right.
I wouldn't even.
That's what it is. There's magical like crystal that you shine a light through, and it plays a really bad corporate training video.
Very, very anti-union, fear-mongering.
Yeah.
Now we need you. We know there's only 3 of you here, but one of you needs to be up in this area, but you got to get back there done at the exact same time.
Mm-hmm.
No, hang on. We're not that bad, okay? It's actually one of the things that is in my backstory that Brees changed. These people are paid well. They have paid time off. They have sick time. They get family days.
Okay.
Brees knows that in order to run a successful business, the people that work it have to be happy.
I stand corrected. So they don't come out crying. They come.
They come out looking really bored after that corporate training video.
That's right. Really bored.
Just
Yeah,
energy vampirism.
Considering the last visit wasn't this great. You've definitely noticed an improvement, but it needs to be better. So
Then I'll have a conversation. I'll get them together, even with the employees, and tell them how I see the difference between the last time to this time. That there is an improvement, but there is still just that little bit extra that we need to just go to hit that 100%. And I'll set a goal up that that if they hit the goal by the end of the month, then they will all get a bonus.
As this whole conversation is
a
going on,
bonus, right? Not a pizza party.
Correct.
An
No,
actual bonus.
a financial bonus.
I can't. Okay.
Sign me the fuck up.
is this all happening like in front of at the counter? Where's this happening at?
Yeah, I'm not shy about giving praise and reward to my employees.
I was gonna just sort of jump up on the counter, cross your legs, and listen to this whole spiel with what the fuck is this guy doing now?
I would try to pull her off of the counter.
Fuck! I don't have any more chocolate. What do you want?
Do you let Usk pull you off the
Oh,
counter?
yeah, I don't have any more chocolate. What the fuck do you want?
Like, I'll carry her. I just don't like feet on counter. It's like I'm a lizard, and I might be a barbarian, but I'm not that kind of barbarian.
Dang.
So you
Damn
set
it.
off Usk by putting your feet on the counter. Got
That
it.
was it. That was all it took.
Maxim
feet on the
behind the
counter.
counter will put his gloves on and clean the counter where she was sitting.
I'm not paying attention to that. I'm just looking up sullenly.
I
at
just
Usk.
hold her like a baby.
Listen,
Oh.
I'm not gonna give you any more fucking chocolate unless you put me down. Damn it.
Oh, see, now for a second, I thought it was like that video with the husky that's barking in the background, and then when the person picks it up and holds it like a baby, it goes to sleep.
I
No,
wish.
I'm gonna be all sullen and bratty. I'm like, put me down, motherfucker.
Okay. Got it.
So she's like the chihuahua that barks even more. Now it's
Yep.
resource guarding.
What kind of discount do they get? And who's paying?
I mean to do that. 20% discount. And Edge looks at you and says, doesn't it say in the contract that you pay for stuff?
It actually says in the contract that the adventurers are required to pay for their own adventuring gear. This would constitute as that.
Okay. I'll just pay for my healing potions. And he will pay for his healing potions, which would be 200. That's
60.
160.
You said 20%. Hold on.
Yeah, I said 20%. So 200, 10% of 200 is 20. Times it by 2, that's 40. So that's 160.
Oh, this
my
math
mouth
make my
right?
head hurt.
200 minus 20%. Double check. That should be right.
You're right,
160.
160.
Okay.
Quick math.
Do I?
Quick
Quick
math.
math.
Me who don't like math.
Retail math, when you had to come up with percentages really quick off the top of your head. Okay. Of Edge. All right. Where to next?
Is
Silly,
that all
what are
that
you-
you all require?
Anybody want anything else?
Usk, put me down.
I put her down.
Okay.
And I walk away. I'm back towards the front door and wait for everybody else.
Okay. Edge starts heading towards the front door as well. Usk, silly.
I'm a simple lizard woman. I probably don't have any idea what I would need.
Okay. So do you head just towards the door?
Yeah.
Okay. Silly.
Then I would probably leave with Echo. There wasn't anything other than trying to get Edge his healing potions.
Okay. Reach and Maxim, everybody seems to be done with their shopping.
I will have Brees go into the back and get some supplies that I'm having Stacy put together for us, and we will follow the rest out.
I would assume they're all in the bag of holding now.
So as we go, inventory stuff's been
Everybody
cleared out.
good?
Yep. So as
Okay.
we go back outside and into, of course, go into my carriage
You go
and
into As you go into your carriage, you see this big mud splat across the side of it.
it's gone.
Okay. You go inside the carriage. Does everybody else climb back on?
Yes.
And where to?
To the ship, of course.
Okay. And off you guys go towards the docks. To the ship. What does the ship look like?
So the ship itself is a 3-mast cargo vessel, also black and gold. The masts are the sails are currently folded down. The masts are roped into place and everything's tied off at the dock there. I would imagine the crew is still probably, or I would say some of the crew is probably on the ship itself, and some would be probably in a local tavern somewhere because that's kind of what they do. And it has, it's from what you guys can see on the outside. It looks like while it can hold some cargo, it's definitely more built for speed than anything else. And those of you who could see towards the back in a language probably nobody understands, there's words written there.
What does it say? Because if it's written, I can understand it.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
true. She can read all written
That's
language.
right, you can. It says, Bistria Bris.
Guy is full of his fucking self. Before I get
Can't hear
Can I
you. There you are.
before I get onto the ship, can I dive into the water really quickly off the edge and just sort of check things out and make sure there's nothing stupid underneath there, waiting to take the ship down? So it'll be 5 minutes tops just to check the water and be like, I'll be right back.
Okay. Roll me perception. As you, Maxim and Breach, as you guys board onto the boat, the captain greets you. And he says, we weren't expecting you. All the guys, the crew's all down at the taverns. We can be ready to go at first light.
Very good,
Of course,
Captain.
would be fine, yes.
Do I need to show them to the quarters, or are they staying with the crew? Your guests?
With the crew, please, Captain.
Okay. I think one just went into the water.
She does that. It's cool. She'll be back.
There's nothing that you see out of place, Echo. You just
Back
are
up and climb
enjoying
back.
being into the sea once again, even just briefly. You take a dive anytime that you can, but it just seems too far in between. So you guys are on the top deck, and the captain signals for the four of you to follow him as he takes you guys down below deck into these, and down the ways into what appears to be crew quarters. There's several hammock-looking beds. My camera's being weird. Why did it stop focusing? Hammock beds, there's probably about 10 of them. And each one has a chest for your belongings and such. This is where you will sleep with the rest of the crew.
The special accommodations, guys. This is definitely not the stateroom or anything on this ship. And I'll just pick one and just kind of flop in.
None of us are picky on which ones we sleep in. Yeah, miss, we don't have a stateroom. Well, we have one, and nobody's allowed in there.
I've seen this type of ship before. Usually it's about 100 feet down, but yeah.
I've
I'll
seen
just-
ships that are 100 feet down.
Several, actually.
You can survive 100 feet down?
Further, actually. Quite nice down there.
Fascinating. What kind of things are down there?
Animals, fish, sunken ships. It depends on where you're going. To the left, and I'm just going to point randomly, over there, there's a huge, like, man of war that came down, but it's pretty much in shambles now.
I got to go round up the crew and make sure the master's settled. But I would like to hear more stories about ships 100 feet down. Nobody lives to tell those tales. As he wanders off to go find Maxim and Breach to see if anything is needed before he goes and calls his crew in from the taverns. As it comes up to Maxim, which if you guys notice, like people tend to speak to Breeze through Maxim.
Mm-hmm.
And so he comes up to you, Maxim, and says, I lost it. I was so proud of myself for a second. He said, do you need anything?
No, I believe the
Is there
master.
anything that you require?
No, I believe the master is all settled. We've acquired provisions at the storefront earlier. Please prepare the crew as soon as possible for departure.
Are we returning to Baldur's Gate?
I do believe that is the plan.
I will go gather the crew and get ready for sail at first light.
Thank you, Captain.
And he leaves to go fetch his crew, so that way you guys can set off at first light. Is there anything that anybody... And I imagine, Reese, that you have, like... What would, in any other normal situation, be considered the captain's quarters?
Mm-hmm.
As that is probably the nicest place on the ship. So, like, but it's even more so, because
Well, yeah,
it's yours.
this ship only carries one piece of cargo, and that's me.
You're
This
the
is
cargo.
this is my ship to get around, and it's the fastest one in the fleet. So, of course, the captain's quarters are mine.
I was just saying. Is there anything that you guys want to do during the night before you guys set off?
I would like to talk to Maxim for a little bit, but I don't know what anybody else wants to do.
Okay.
If that crew member comes back around, I'll tell him about some of the different ships that I've seen and some of the stuff I've found within the ships. Just have a nice little chat.
Echo, you easily, like... Okay, hang on. I said there were 10 hammocks, right?
You did,
There's 4 of you, so there's 6 crew members.
but the crew would work in shifts. There'd be a day crew and a night crew.
So 3 and 3, would that make sense? 3 on, 3 off. I don't know anything about ships, so I'm guessing.
For a 3-mast ship, it's
You need a
probably
lot of
more
people.
like 10 to 15 at a time.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate
Give
it.
or take, that's a massive ship
Yeah.
to do.
It's the more massive ship. So
Mhm.
like a crew of 30,
Probably.
roughly.
Yeah, probably.
That sounds more
So
about
let's
right.
say a crew of 30, and then 15 on, 15 off. But they weren't expecting you, so they all went out. There might be a few straggling around. They all wouldn't have gone out.
Some would have probably gone to drink, and then some of them were still on the ship. They just kind of...
Yeah. So, okay. So you easily find people who will listen to your sea stories, essentially, is what I'm trying to say, Echo. Silly Oosk. You guys doing anything?
Silly would probably listen to the sea stories because Silly's.
Usk
mostly-
also wants to hear the sea story.
Yeah.
Okay.
Echo never tells us stories.
Nobody's ever asked. So I'll tell you all about all the stuff that I've found within the different sunken ships, and then everything that happens, once you try to go into these places that might be already claimed by a shark or two. It gets a little dodgy, but, we handled ourselves pretty well.
Okay. So you guys get to hear all sorts of different interesting stories from Echo.
Like the beginning of the movie Ariel, where she's going into the ship and then all of a sudden they start getting attacked by the shark. Tons of stories like that.
Do you guys do anything else, or do you just listen to Echo stories? You just listen to Echo stories.
And I'll tell
Yeah,
them
again,
about.
I am very just tunnel vision.
Tell them about Morwyn, which is the city underneath the sea,
Mm-hmm.
and about the buildings down there, and sort of briefly mention the archaeological society, all kinds of stuff.
Maximum brief.
I would imagine I'd cook Bree's dinner. Seems reasonable.
Hey, over dinner. What do you think of the new additions, new pawns on the chessboard?
I think they are lacking, Master, but we might get some use out of them.
Did they ever ask what it is we were looking for?
They did, but I answered in generalities.
Interesting. Makes me wonder if that automaton really was the most intelligent of them all.
I would wager a day's pay on it. Not that I'm paid.
I was about to say, that's funny considering I don't pay you. How are you holding up, Max? I know that there was something more personal taken from you than from me.
I'll get through it, Master. Obviously, you're more important, but I would like to have them back.
Well, let us hope that these pawns can make it across to become queens, huh?
Indeed.
I believe I shall get some shut-eye now, Maxim. Have a good night.
Very good, Master.
Or since I'm only a fucking elf. Meditate.
Oh yeah, you do the 4-hour trance. Then what do you do? Just curious, what would you do after your 4-hour trance?
I would probably go up onto the bow of the ship and just listen to the waves and watch the sunrise.
It's very deep of you. I like it a lot.
Nobody's around, so he doesn't have to put on the boss facade, if you will.
Okay. And sunrise happens. As you are watching the sunrise, you hear commotion behind you as the day crew starts getting things ready to take off for sail. So there's bustling.
I will greet each of them by their name and say good morning to each of them as I see them.
They each reply in kind, "Good morning, sir." There are a couple new guys that look at you surprised that you even know them by name, and they kind of do that puff up, stand up straighter,
That's right.
posture thing, pick up their pace a little bit more as they all start to do their different various. I don't know much about ships.
Make sure you
I
drink
totally
plenty of
failed.
water. I don't want you passing out. We have a long way to go.
Move that rope here, move this rope there, scrub that down. shout some, words, some C words back and forth. Echo would have gotten up with the day crew, probably with the sun, and gone to stand on the deck to watch the water and stay out of the way as much as possible as everybody's doing what they're doing.
So you would probably see me talking to each one by their name individually and just reminding them to drink plenty and stay safe. We have a long way to go.
Kind of chuckle and just sort of watch the water for signs of any big icky beasties that might be on the horizon.
You
I
see,
hope so. I want to go fishing.
Brees might notice, and Brees, you would know what it would be as the captain starts handing out to the newer guys a leaf, and you would know it as like a motion sickness, a nausea chew type deal for those that are still pretty new and still seem to get a little seasick.
I don't have their sea legs yet.
Yeah. Okay. So Usk and Silly, what are you guys doing?
Silly would probably be as like above the water as possible, being all fire and whatnot. She doesn't really like the water. Sorry, Echo.
You come to stand next to Echo and you all right?
It's a lot of water. It doesn't burn well.
That's sort of the point.
You know what does burn well though? This whole ship. That would be cool.
Listen, if anything happens, I got you, okay?
Alright, probably shouldn't summon Calcifer on the ship.
Let's not do
Gotcha.
that just yet, because I don't have the rest of them, but I will get you.
Alright. Thank you.
No problem. Just take a seat over there.
Maxim walking by bringing Breesh's breakfast would have overheard that and been like, if I see one lick of fire from your fingertips, I'll drown you myself.
I'm gonna watch.
I don't have flaming hands on me.
Wait, I forgot that spell this morning.
How did that go again?
Shit.
Fuck.
Usk.
Well, Usk probably eventually made her way up, but also given that she is a very big bitch, if someone had to pull her aside to need her assistance, she would. So she's very much like
So she's very helpful, and
yeah.
So how quickly would they have figured this out?
It depends on the person because she is a giant, scary looking lizard. So.
Maybe there's like a rope that's like flowing, and then they can't really pull it, and then Usk comes from behind and starts
Probably,
going.
you know what? Probably.
And then it starts going.
Usk, you've just set yourself up by helping with secure
Usk
this
does
line,
not care.
and now they realize that you can really help with how
Usk is gonna pull
big
her
and strong
weight.
you
You
are.
don't have to worry about that.
Has
It-
Usk
it
ever
is
been
a
on a
whole-
ship before?
That I don't know. Maybe, but
You're
probably.
partially amphibious.
Yeah, like I know she's been around the water and stuff like that, and so it's probable that she's had at least been on a ship once.
Okay.
But regardless, every member in her tribe like has a place, so they all like they all assist with things and whatnot.
So just so I'm clear, you may have been on a ship once, but you quickly pick up how to help. Essentially, even if it's just holding this here,
Yeah,
and
just because she's so
that
big
there.
that like they can handle the technical stuff, but if they need something that's really needs like strength, she's their
Okay.
girl.
Especially with her new fancy gauntlets that give her the
Oh,
strength
yeah.
of an ogre.
Silly, real quick, have you ever been on a ship before?
No, she was raised on a farm, so
Okay.
nope.
Oh, baby.
Echo, have you?
Yes.
How frequently?
Under the sea doesn't count.
Yeah,
Well,
above sea.
Do you
Some of
have
us
your
are like,
above sea
under the
legs?
sea.
Yeah, under the sea.
Under the sea.
it is not like a frequent thing, but it would have happened once or twice. Damn it, what was her name? Tegan. In the backstory, that was the cleric. They worked a lot above with goods transportation, and that would have been something that she would have gone through with Tegan once or twice. So it's not. I don't know how, like, what line goes where, because mostly I've seen them on the bottom of the ocean floor, but once or twice.
All right, so everything seems to start out smoothly as the ship starts and you guys start sailing. Yeah, I gotta do one more. Okay, so clear skies from the most part from as you guys start out this journey today. Nice wind to keep you guys going. It's a little choppy, and on that note, everybody except for Maxim and Breeze has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Maxim, where is my tea?
Right away, sir. As I pull out from the bag of holding, the chair, the table, the finger sandwiches on the silver tray, and the teapot, the teacup, and saucer, and then magically produce. Let's go with hot Earl Grey tea, since it's a cool morning on the sea.
I like to imagine that since this is my boat, that's up on the top deck. There's like a groove where this chair and table go into. So as we're shaking around, it's in the floor a little bit, so that it doesn't just automatically tip. Like we've done this like 30 times. So.
Fair enough. As you guys are setting that up, everybody feels pretty good except for Echo. You don't know if it was just not coming off, if it just shook the wrong way, because you've done this before, but you're blue. Are you blue or green?
Blue.
Your blue turns green
Oh
as
man.
Oh
It-
no.
as you kind of curl over the side of the boat. Would you even attempt to go over the side of the boat
To
when
vomit?
you get sick? Yes.
Probably.
Okay. Which, it's been a minute since you've been on a ship, and you now realize that above the water is different than below the water,
It's better underneath the water.
but you're hoping that within
Is
a
this
couple days.
visible to anybody?
Oh yeah, she's like on the deck and hanging over the side, throwing up.
I'll tell Maxim to go give her some of those leaves.
Okay.
I will follow his orders, although I'll have a look on my face like I don't necessarily like what I'm doing.
I love this dynamic.
So
So
I
Max-
will head over to her, reach into the bag of holding, and produce one green leaf of the anti-nausea herb, and hold it out in front of her eyeline.
Take it and chew on it.
And then I will go and wash my hands.
Jesus.
As soon as you would you know what to? Yeah, you would know. You would have seen everybody
Them
else just
chewing
kinda
on it,
chewing
yeah.
on it. Yeah. So you would start to, and after a few minutes of chewing on it, your stomach starts to settle. And you're like, okay, I can do this. Over the water travel isn't that bad. Under the water travel is 10 times better. And as you guys continue, your first day goes smooth.